such a treat. I'm here with Alex Brundle, who's my co-driver, and not only an incredibly accomplished professional racer, but also an amazing person. He is driving 4 cars, so this is one of, he has 3 others to drive. So Alex, when did you know you were good at driving? Like when you knew, hey, I could really make a profession out of this?
I think it was quite late on. I come from a racing family, and I immediately enjoyed it. I knew I enjoyed it, I knew I loved it. But I was into sort of the beginning of my sports car racing career before I looked at it and I went, okay, I am good enough to do this professionally. You know, it was a slow burn. It took me ages to believe that.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
really long time.
Well, that's great for people to hear because you're so accomplished. Your track notes for Goodwood are possibly the best I've ever seen.
It also helps here if you can take the downshift slightly late, if you're going to downshift the car, which will prevent any kind of rear locking.
It is really well done. I insist any car person who wants to understand Goodwood needs to go watch that video. Where did you develop that very precise way of describing something?
Probably by not being quite good enough at it the first time around, and having to work on it. You know, there's something to be said for having to deconstruct it, right?
I see.
I bounced around racing,
Yes.
You know, from touring cars to sports cars to single seaters, which means that I've had to like find my way from zero a lot. I enjoy it, you know. I really enjoy explaining motorsport.
Yes.
There's a magical moment for me, and every so often I get to experience it. When someone comes up to me, either after a broadcast or live in person, and goes, "You said X does thing to Y, and then that's why Z happens."
Yes.
And I never saw it that way.
Exactly.
And that's like, that's gold.
What happens at the Brundle household when you guys start talking about motorsports? Like, you know, you have your own racing career, your dad had his own racing career, but when you get together and talk about motorsports, what does it sound like?
Yeah, there's a very then versus now feel to it all.
Oh,
but I mean,
okay.
We've had some magical conversation. There's a great series called The Racing Years that we watched, like back when everybody, in the middle of COVID, back when everybody was locked down, and we sat there for like, I would say that the whole series just going, look at Hawthorne, because this series takes you through 10 decades.
I see.
And you just look at the characters and you try to like draw conclusions of the characters based around people you know today. But there's a generous amount of advice as well, you know, and I've been lucky enough to have that advice. It's golden advice. So that's been a tremendous privilege of my early racing life.
I've never enjoyed driving with anyone almost as much as you. You're a real privilege to be around. You're a total professional. You've made it really easy and enjoyable, and I want to thank you very much for the opportunity.
You've done a great job so far in quali. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the race.